In this video, we're going to be looking at your Essay 2 outline. So just like with your Essay 1 outline, I'm going to be having you fill it out completely and then submit it to me for approval. Once your outline has been approved, you are ready to start working on your actual final draft of your essay. So before we even start, make sure that you've completed your Essay 2 topic submission and that your topic has been approved. So if you haven't completed this assignment yet, make sure to get this done first, show it to me, and then once I've given you the go-ahead, you can actually start working on your outline. So once that's done, you're going to come to this assignment. So this is your Essay 2 outline Google Doc. It says incomplete right now because I'm working on it, but it won't say that when you see it. And there's also going to be a video here, which is a video that I'm making right now. So again, that's why it's not here, because it's being made. But otherwise, it's going to look exactly like this. So you'll have a little information up here that's making sure that you've completed your Essay 2 submission. Then there's going to be a link to the Google Doc that has your Essay 2 outline, just like we did with Essay 1. And then down here, there's going to be some links to different resources to help you out. So how to write your hook, which I'll go over in a second, how to define terms in an essay, which I'm also going to go over, Essay 2 thesis and topic sentence templates. This is going to be really helpful if you're stuck and not really sure where to get started with your thesis or your topic sentences. This is a really good resource for that. The difference between paraphrasing versus quoting, which is going to come in handy when you are summarizing your urban legends. How to do college level research, which you've already done in the previous block, but if you want to review real fast before you start finding your research articles, you're welcome to rewatch this video. And then there is also an Essay 2 example. So this is going to be a essay from a previous student in a previous semester. There's no name on it or anything. And this is just to help you get an idea of what your essay is going to eventually look like when you're done. So that's not necessarily what I want your outline to look like. That's going to look like an actual outline. But once you're done your outline, or if you just want to kind of get an idea of what exactly the essay final draft is going to look like, you're welcome to take a look at that and just get an idea. Okay, and then down here it just tells you how to submit your completed outline. So let's get started on the outline. So I've already clicked on this and I've opened up, so this is what the kind of the master copy is going to look like, just like we did for Essay 1. And then I made my own copy. And you're going to do the same thing for Essay 1. You're going to go to File, you're going to go to Make a Copy, and then you're going to save a copy under your own name. This is my name. And so it's going to look very similar to our Essay 1 outline. We have the title up here, instructions for how to save yourself a copy, which hopefully you've already done. You have your Essay 2 prompt, which is going to be helpful when you're writing your thesis statement, and then just general requirements for this essay. So I try to keep a very simple structure so that you know exactly where to find the information. So for your introduction, you're going to start with your hook. Went ahead, you choose a quote for your hook, and you are allowed to use a quote for this one as well, but there's also additional options. So as I said before, you can go here and there is a link to a page that's going to give you a bunch of different options for writing your hook. So you're welcome to choose from any of those options, and it's totally up to you what you want to do with that. Then for your definition, you're going to be defining what an urban legend is. So you're going to want to find some sort of either dictionary definition or a definition from an article, and you're going to be using that to define what an urban legend is for your reader. If you have any questions about why we are defining our terms, especially for this essay, I did include a link to a page on here that talks about how to define terms and why we define terms. So that's going to come in handy for this essay as well as future essays, because I do like you guys to always define any kind of unfamiliar terms for your reader. And then we're going to go to introduce your topic. So what I mean by this is after you have your hook, after you define what an urban legend is, you need to somehow kind of narrow down the conversation to talking about specifically college urban legends. So we're not going to be talking about all types of urban legends. We're going to be very focused on just college urban legends. So you're going to need a couple sentences that make it clear that that is what your topic is going to be and not the general definition of urban legends. So include just a couple sentences that kind of narrows down that idea. And then you're going to end with your thesis statement. So your thesis statement is going to need to talk directly to the SA2 prompt. So if the prompt asks you to write an expository research paper about two themes commonly found in college urban legends, you're going to want to make sure to discuss what those two themes are. And then the second part of the prompt says, for each theme, you will develop a research question that will support with science-based evidence to better understand the issue. So you're also going to want to include mention of what those two research topics or research questions are. So as long as you have those four things, themes, and two research topics, that's really what I'm looking for within your thesis. And as I pointed out before, I do include some templates for both your thesis and your topic sentences, so you're welcome to use those to create your thesis statement. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about your body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2. So these are going to be very similar in structure because they're both going to be introducing the themes that you've chosen. So body paragraph 1 is going to introduce theme number 1, and body paragraph 2 is going to introduce theme number 2. Pretty self-explanatory. So for your topic sentence, you're going to keep it very simple. Again, you can go back to those templates and use those. In general, though, you just need to introduce what your theme is. So you could just say one theme commonly found in college urban legends is, and then state your first theme, and then do the same thing for the second theme. So it's going to be very simple in terms of topic sentences, but make sure that you have those, because if you just jump into the story without first introducing the theme, it's going to be very unclear what that paragraph is supposed to be doing. So after you've introduced the theme, then you're going to go into your first support story. So you're going to use a simple transition like one example of a story that fits this theme is, then you're going to go and you're going to tell me your first support story. So down here for your outline, I'm going to have you actually write out your summary of the story. So if it's a shorter story, you're welcome to quote it directly from the article that it comes from. Or if it's a story, you can paraphrase or do a mix of paraphrase or quoting. So to give examples of what that looks like, you're going to go to paraphrasing versus quoting. Actually, I will open this up and show you what it looks like. So what it's going to do is it's going to give you different examples of how to quote a story, how to paraphrase a story, or how to do a mix of paraphrasing and quoting using one of the stories from one of our articles. And you can apply this to any of the stories. So in the end, you're going to end up with all your stories summarized here. So summarize the first support, the second one, and then for your second body paragraph, you're going to do the same thing. So introduce your theme in your topic sentence, then you're going to tell your first support story and your second support story. So make sure that is all filled out before you submit your outline. Okay, next we're going to move on to your last two body paragraphs, which are going to be body paragraph 3 and body paragraph 4. So just like with 1 and 2, 3 and 4 are going to have very similar structures because these are going to be your research topic paragraphs. So in your topic sentence, you're going to introduce what your research topic is, and it's always a good idea to bring it back to the theme that it's based on. So if the theme is mean professors, you're going to want to reintroduce that theme and then introduce what your research topic or research question is. Again, you're welcome to use the templates that I provided. And then once you've introduced your research question, you're going to then include your first research support. So again, you're going to use a simple transition like a research article that discusses this issue or discusses this problem or question is, introduce the article. I would recommend actually introducing the name of the author as well as the name of the article within the sentence, but you can also use a parenthetical citation at the end. Either of those is fine. I think it looks a little bit nicer if you actually introduce the author and the article name within the sentence, but it's totally your choice. And then you're going to include your quote, and then just like I mentioned when you had your had to do college research, for each sentence of quote, you need at least 2 sentences of analysis and discussion. So make sure you are choosing really juicy quotes, quotes that are based off research, science, data, statistics, that you can talk about the implications of what that quote means. And I will go a little bit more in depth about how to do that analysis and discussion. For your outline, though, you just have to worry about the quote itself. So you're just going to put the quotes here and here. And then for your second research question topic, you're going to also have 3 quotes down here. And that is basically what you're going to be filling out. For your quotes, also make sure to include at the very least the name of the author of the quote. I would also include the name of the article if possible, but if you don't have that, that's fine. As long as you have the name of the author, that's really what I'm looking for. And then you just have your conclusion, which is very similar to our last one. And I have little notes down here about different ideas for these different parts. But yeah, revisit your hook. So whatever your hook was, revisit it, discuss a little bit more, review the main points of your essay, and then your final thoughts. And I have some things to consider down here. So yeah, so that is going to be your outline. So fill out all the sections. Again, you don't need to worry about your analysis or anything for your research yet, just the research quotes, but everything else you can fill out. Definitely utilize these resources here if you need them. And then when you're done, you're going to submit that. I will take a look. If there is any areas that need to be revised or added to, I will let you know. I will allow you to revise those. And then once you're all good to go, you can start writing your essay. Okay, hope this was helpful. If you have any additional questions, feel free to message me, and I will talk to you guys later.